What's up, guys? Matt here again, and this is my Gibson ES 175. Or is it? So, the guitar I have in my hands today is my Gibson ES 175. Now, what makes this a 175? It's a hollow body guitar. I mean, obviously it's got electronics, but the construction itself is pretty similar to an acoustic. It's internally braced, no solid pieces running through this one. Just a regular old grandpa's guitars.
Yeah, acoustic instruments.
What is acoustic? Oh, you mean a grandpa's guitars? A grandpa's guitars.
This one in particular is actually not a Gibson. This is a kit that I bought online. The kit itself, I think, cost me about $175, something like that. It's been a couple years, but I've gone through and I've heavily modified it and done a lot of upgrades and different things to it. So let's get into it. The first thing I'll talk about is the finish itself. This guitar, like I said, was not an expensive kit. It was a pretty cheap kit. I had no idea the wood quality that I was going to be getting. I kind of expected it to be plain, boring, but to my surprise, once I got it, started sanding it out, looking at it, and it was actually very pretty. I have no clue what wood this is. It could be balsa wood, but I mean, this top, I don't think my camera's really catching it. I'll try to include some pictures, but it's great. I mean, it's almost flame burl. There's all kinds of things going on in it. It's great. The back looks great. Now, to get this finish, I used StewMac products. They make these great cans. It was nitrocellulose right in a rattle can. I got their clear, I got the black, and I got the sunburst. So what I ended up doing was basically, and stain, and a charcoal stain from them as well. So my first step was to stain the whole guitar. I stained out the front and the back, the neck, because they were the areas I wanted to stain. So I did that first. It was water-based, super easy. If I remember correctly, the next step I did was I masked off all the binding, which is a real pain. I mean, it was cool that it came from the kit with this nice binding. You can see it in the pictures. I'm sure it's just plastic, nothing crazy. But it looked nice. It was around the F-holes and everything. I wanted to keep that, so I actually taped everything off. It was very time-consuming with masking tape, a razor blade, but I didn't have much else to do. So we took care of that, stained it, did the sunburst around the edges where I wanted, and then did the solid black on the sides, the headstock. But like I said, I did elect to try. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but try the burst on the neck, and it really looks great. I mean, it turned out awesome. And after that, it was kind of just wet sanding it, buffing it, and that's it. That took care of the finish. Moving on from there, I didn't want to keep anything stock. I mean, obviously it was a Chinese kit guitar. It was not expensive. I did not know what pickups it was going to come with, pots, anything, so I ditched all that. I went ahead and got CTS, pots, volume, tones, 500K, new orange cap capacitor, did all that. Pickup wise, I went for a company that I had been following at the time. I don't know whether they still are around. They were called Dragonfire Pickups, but they made a bunch of really neat, knockoff kind of versions of different things, invaders, super distortions. But I like these P90s, so I decided to try them out on this guitar. I think the set was like $50. It was not expensive, but I mean, they sound really good, actually. I'm super happy with them for this particular build that I did. Rest of the hardware, bridge, I ended up putting the brass roller bridge on it, just because why not? I was switching everything else out. I figured I'd just try stuff with this. Needed a little mods, much like some of the things I'll discuss later in this video, but this guitar is never going to be done. I'm always going to be messing with it. The trapeze style bridge it came with was okay. I just wanted black everything, so we blacked that out. Black toggles, black input jack, black pickguard hardware. I mean, it had to be black. Moving up from there, I went a little crazy on the tuners. If you can see, I went with the hip shot, but I had to go with the open brass tuners. I just think they look great on this build. They just kind of looks neat. It just ties everything together. Like I said, it's kind of like a modern but vintage tie together. So something like that, I think, really kind of brings it all full circle. I mean, they're super smooth. I love these tuners. Not that expensive. Maybe $55 for this set. I have the open brass locking on my Jackson 7-string Rhodes, which I could do a video on sometime. If you guys want, just let me know. But I love hip shot stuff. It's just bulletproof. It's great. It's fantastic. Couple other little notes on this. The nut came with just a cheap plastic, garbage nut. And I went ahead and popped that nut off, and I got myself a piece of water buffalo. Yep, one of those. So a water buffalo horn is what this is. I got the chunk, I profiled it the way I wanted using the old nut to kind of go off of to gauge it. And I did it all by hand. I just hand filed it. I hand cut the grooves in it to where I think they looked appropriate. Once I got it shaped down, looked the way I wanted, I polished it up, glued it in place, and it works great. It was an instant tone increase. I mean, I noticed a huge difference just changing that nut out. Like I said, the parts that this thing came with were not super ideal, and I just wanted to do the best I could without going insane on the build, because I didn't think it was worth that much money. But little things I could do like this to kind of make it a little cooler, tie something in better, a couple hours of my time, no big deal. The other thing on the finish, now that we're up at the headstock, are these cool decals. I mean, eBay's great. You can buy anything off eBay. So I got these Gibson water slides. I got the logo, the crown. I'm not sure if they're quite in the proper placement or the right era of logo for this. I mean, someone could tell me otherwise in the comments. I'm not a guitar historian, but I just seemed like I thought it looked appropriate, looked kind of right. We went with that. But my favorite decal is one I got from the back, which you can see. It's my Gibson Custom Shop decal. Now, obviously, I'm not passing this thing off as a real Gibson, nor would I ever. I mean, if something ever happened to me, I'll put it in my will for this guitar to be destroyed on my death so that no lawsuits incur on my family. But I mean, if it's cool and this video actually gets to someone and I get sued by Gibson, I mean, I guess there's worse things in the world, so we'll go with that. But anyway, I can't think of much else to say. I mean, like I said, I touched everything. I mean, knobs, Gibson style knobs. My later knobs, more like on my Explorer. Strap locks, I went with T-locks. I just had to change everything that I possibly could on this thing. Just kind of make it unique to me, and something I wanted to sit down and practice and play and be a little different. So let's check it out and kind of hear how it sounds. Kind of brings me around to the final point. Is this a route you should take? I have a lot of experience doing paint and refinishing work and things like that in the automotive world, the aviation world, a lot of different avenues, and I had the tools and the ability to kind of take on this project, and I was able to get a nice finish on a guitar that you could argue that's maybe not really worth what I put into it. I mean, the bones of the guitar are really what matter, and I will say that this wood is not. It looks super nice in videos right now with all the nice reflections coming off of it. But at the end of the day, it's not great. I can tell already I'm getting some side checking, some cracking. And some of that has to do with how I store the guitar, but a lot of it has to do with just it's an open wood guitar. The moisture gets into it. You're going to get what you get out of it. If I had to guess, I would say I probably have maybe $400 to $500 invested in this guitar. Without my labor, that's just a guess. and that includes everything from the materials, from sandpaper, acetones, cleaners, everything all the way up through the pickups, the hardware, everything I did for it. Could I have gone out and bought a guitar similar quality without doing the work myself? Of course. And if that's the route that you want to take as a beginner, especially if you're just getting into guitar, you think this might be a cheaper option, I can tell you it's not. It's better off to just go buy something, trust the local music shop, they're going to steer you in the right direction. If you're somewhere more in my area where you like to work on stuff, you like to tinker, you always thought it might be fun to try something for yourself, I think it's a great avenue to take. I mean, I upgraded this quite a bit, but I didn't go crazy. I mean, I could have bought way more expensive pickups, done way more to it, and I choose to just spend my money where I wanted, take the time where I wanted. At the end of the day, I have a guitar that plays great, that fits me, I think it speaks me, and I love sitting around just noodling on it and practicing. So that's it. I mean, like always, check out everything I do. Check out Dimensional Collapse, Ill Omen, all my social medias. Like, subscribe on this video, DM me. I'm always around. Alright, stay metal. Catch you next time.